This is the map Charax, and it's a map that I would like to see used more in tournaments, for the simple reason that it is Nematosana but hot. So this is basically what Nematosana would look like if it was a desert. Now, sure, there are some terrain, there is a bit of terrain here. There is this forest on one side in the deployment. There are a few rock beds over here, but overall it's a fairly flat map. If you go down to the level here, there is really nothing obstructing the view from this one unit over to my units. None of the enemy units will be hidden here. There is a small elevation, let's see, over on this side. It's possible to get well, it's not really significant. It's a very balanced map that potentially can be useful for factions that have a resistance to heat. That is basically the only interesting thing about this map. Another thing you can do is you can hide units over here. It's going to be fairly obvious if you do so. Your opponent can just count your units and add up just about roughly how much the units cost. So I'm not sure if these small differences in elevation, if that's going to be enough to give units bonuses, but it can definitely be a map you can use to good effect if you have a faction with resistance to heat. So for example, if you're playing as Parthia against a barbarian faction, picking this map is going to allow you to skirmish more effectively than you're going to be able to, and it's going to be more effective to kite too, because you're going to be less fatigued than the enemy units are, and fatigued barbarian units don't fight very well at all. So this is going to be a nice enough map for factions like Carthage, Seleucids, Egypt, Parthia, Armenia, factions with units with resistance to heat, and particularly skirmish, because it's going to be hard hiding in forests on this map, unless you start on this side. But if you pick this map, you're probably going to want to skirmish anyway. Strength and honor.